Hello. So today we'll be speaking about University of Portsmouth. And again, I would like to remind you that the UCAS deadline is 15th of January, and that's this Sunday. So if you're planning to apply to UK universities, please get in touch. Or if you haven't decided yet that you want to apply, or you haven't decided on the universities or the specific course, or you have some questions, please do get in touch. And we can explain everything to you in detail. And most of our staff speaks multiple languages, so there will be no communication problems. Okay, so University of Portsmouth. I personally actually visited the university, so I've seen the facilities. I've met some students from there, met some staff. So everything I'm saying does come from experience. One of the things that you need to know about Portsmouth, it's a coastal city, so it's next to the sea. And it has the most sun out of all the UK cities in terms of the most amount of sunshine during the year. It's a very nice city. It's quite small, but you do have everything. You have all the Starbucks, Topshop, whatever else you need, Costa, Nero Cafe, restaurants, different restaurants. You have shops, you have high street shops, you have a bit higher end shops. Basically, there's everything. Going out, there's a pretty decent nightlife. Obviously, I wouldn't say that it's London nightlife, but it's quite good. So for a student, I think it's a very good place to live. Plus, Portsmouth is let's say, the cheapest city for students to live in, so it makes Portsmouth quite attractive for students. And yeah, I was there and I thought the city was lovely. It's a bit picturesque, a bit like Victorian England, a little bit industrial England. So I thought it was an amazing place. Portsmouth University offers a lot of different, quite interesting courses. I know for a fact that they are one of the leading universities in marine biology. They have a specific campus that is a bit further away from the main campuses, and there is a free bus between the campuses. So if you do study at the further away campus, there will be a bus that will take you from the main campus to the marine biology campus and back for free, and it's about less than 10 minutes away. So also, what I would like to say about the marine biology, why it's very good is because it's very, very practical. The students not only learn theory, but they do a lot of practical things. When I was there, we went to some of the labs that they have, and some of the students were doing their own research and working on the projects that they're working on. And they're just sitting there and doing it, and they have all the facilities. Also, the university has some boats, so the students can go out into the sea kind of a little bit to do whatever is required for their course. They also, Portsmouth University has other courses. Obviously, they have business. They have a lot of business-related courses, and their business school is quite good. And they have a lot of different engineering courses. So, for example, they're quite, let's say, unique in terms of that they have aerospace engineering, and not a lot of universities in the UK have that. Their criminal department, the criminology department, is one of the best, and it's very practical. The main thing is that they're one of the only universities pretty much where students actually work with the police on actual cases to solve them. So while you're studying, you're getting experience. And I mean, obviously you can study these subjects at other universities that are considered to be famous or in the top 1%. But the way you're going to study there is very different from universities such as Portsmouth. In those 1% universities, you'll study a lot of theory. You're going to spend a lot of time in classes. Obviously, probably you'll be happy that you have a paper from the university, but you'll have a very little experience, close to none. If you're going to study in Portsmouth, you're going to graduate with so much experience that it's quite easy to get a job. I was reading some reviews from different people online about the different universities. And for example, a student who studied history, and as we all know, history is not considered to be, let's say, the most practical course. He graduated and straight away got a job, a very high-paying job. So he started getting, just after bachelor's, for £40,000 per year. That's a pretty high salary for someone with only a bachelor's degree in history. If you graduate from a history degree from the same one of those 1% universities, most likely, well, you're going to do a master's after because no one will really take you with bachelor's because the fact that you know theory is amazing, but well, you have to do stuff as well. You have to know how to do research and analyze and everything. I do have quite some research I've done about the university. It's not even research, it's more some notes so I can read them out. So I won't forget. So another thing why like the university is considered to be good is that they have a lot of vocational courses, which means they're quite practical. So every year they have around 600 radiographers, paramedics, medical technologists, and kind of people in the medical field that are not doctors. And you know, even though everyone wants to be a doctor, you do need other people in that field to help you because, well, not only doctors work in medicine. Also, they're quite famous for their research in the health department, let's say that, in dentistry and pharmacy. They're quite famous. Their research is considered to be like world known, world kind of that those standards are very high. What else can I tell you about this? Also, quite a lot of subjects have 100% satisfaction rate from and the 100% satisfaction rate comes from students because they have to do a survey when they graduate. So the courses that have 100% are English literature, applied physics, sport and exercise science. And also, most of their courses rank higher than average in satisfaction, and the university in general has 89% of satisfaction, which is about 3 or 4% higher than the average in the UK. And this university has only had the university status from 1992, so they're not the most old. They're not that old, but I would say with everything they have achieved, they do surpass some of the older universities. Also, the teaching method there, for example, a lot of the courses, you would have a very generic, let's say, first year, as in things you study, you're going to study with other people on similar courses. For example, engineering, you might study with some other people from the engineering course. And after the first year, you will be able to more specialize in the field, so you can kind of decide where you're going to go. So that does give the flexibility for you in terms of your studies. Obviously, work experience is part of the course. You can have the sandwich year, so you're going to go out and get a whole year of experience. Study abroad is also a big part of the courses, so they do offer different options for you to make it as kind of flexible and interesting as possible. Also, they are quite big on offering online degrees, as in, for example, they do have 20,000 students at the campus in Portsmouth, but they have 4,000 students who are studying online, part-time, or in some of the partner universities of Portsmouth. So, as I said, they're quite flexible and they are offering different things for students to make it as pleasurable for you as possible. Portsmouth itself is located about 90 minutes from London by train, which is also not that far away. And there's also a very regular ferry rides. So the ferry is like a ship, but smaller, to France and Spain, and so you can easily travel. Portsmouth is also next to Southampton, so again, that is also a very nice city where you could travel and check it out and see if you like it. Let me check anything interesting that I have, because I do have something that's quite interesting, but that's for last. Also, student union is very strong there, and different free time activities that the university offers is one of the best kind of activities that I've seen in terms of a lot of the universities. For example, they have gyms, they have different, football fields and tennis courts, and you can join some classes at the gym, so you can go and actually train with other students. And And obviously, if you're a student there, like the membership is quite cheap for you. It will probably be the normal rate in England is usually around £100 per year, which is honestly that's like less than what £10 per month, and you can't really find gyms that are cheaper than that in England or Scotland or Wales or Ireland. They also have a band, so you can join a band, so you can learn to play a new instrument, or you can already join with the instrument that you have. And basically, people just meet and they play for fun, they perform for fun. It's not like you have to be the best. They have their own choir, and the choir has performed on BBC as well. So again, but they do it like for fun in their free time, so it's like an extra activity. You can learn languages there. They do provide a lot of free language courses. Obviously, the most popular languages like French, German, Spanish, I don't know, Swedish maybe if it's popular, Italian. Um, So yeah, it's quite a student-oriented university. It is like the whole campus, let's say the university facilities are very close to each other, but this is a city university. So for example, it's just the buildings are very close to each other. They're like next to each other basically. So you will be studying in the center of the city, but you do have kind of more of a student university vibe there going on, rather than being just a city university where no one talks to each other. This is still a very like university campus experience. And yeah, as I mentioned, the city does have everything. You will not have any problems with not having something there. They are one of the leading universities in so many fields. Their teaching quality is very, very high. They received the highest award possible for their teaching quality in England and, well, UK, United Kingdom. And like the fun part that I want to tell you are some of the people who graduated from them. I'm not going to name all of them because I cannot pronounce all the names. But for example, Grayson Perry, he's a Turner Prize winner. He's an artist. So the Turner Prize is for artists and people in the field of arts. There are a lot of CEOs who graduated from there. King of Shades, so the CEO of that graduate, his name is Will King. Landover, CEO, graduated from there. Major Tim Peake, he's an astronaut, so he also studied there and graduated. And personally, I have a couple of friends who studied there, and all of them enjoyed it. They found it a very good student experience. And because a lot of them came from other places, as in United Kingdom, from different places in Europe or America, they found it quite good to be in a bit, let's say, smaller environment to get used to this new culture. So while if you go to London straight away, sometimes it could be a very big cultural shock. So they did enjoy it, and I mean, check out some of the pictures of the city and visit the website of the university. And I mean, honestly, their website is one of the best websites that UK universities have because it's very easy to find all the information, and they have a lot of videos. And there's a section where students tell about the different parts of the university life and how it helped them, what do they do, and like what are the places, their favorite places in the city. And I've visited a couple of places there, like shops, restaurants, bars, and I found everything very nice, and I enjoyed my stay there. I recommend checking this university out and perhaps applying. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.